Hello, readers. As you know, April is Autism Acceptance Month. I like to focus on a book that I've read, or in this case, am currently reading, that centers an autistic character. I am reading Paige Not Found by Jen Wilde, and oh my goodness, it is just off to such an exciting start. I will read you the publisher's description. As much as Paige hates the word normal, it's a pretty good word to describe her life and the kind of night she was having just before a single email turned her world upside down. In an effort to better understand and communicate with their autistic daughter, Paige's parents enrolled her in a study without her consent. Without her knowledge, they had a chip implanted in her brain that keeps track of her location and brain activity. It can boost the chemicals that affect her mood. Suddenly, Paige isn't sure who she can trust. Can she even trust her own mind anymore? Now the company that created her chip is days away from merging with the most popular social network in the world that has a reputation for selling people's private information to the highest bidder. Paige feels betrayed and like she's been robbed of her free will. But there is one thing she can do. The email includes the names and addresses of the other kids involved in the study. She can track them down and show them what's been done to them. Folks, one of the things I really like about this book is there isn't just one autistic protagonist. There are several people on the autism spectrum, and not everybody feels the same way about this autism study and this chip implant. It really helps to, I guess, acknowledge, reinforce that we are not monolithic. We have individual outlooks, perspectives, life experiences that may have contributed to how and why a person would feel about the chip. Some of the kids, their parents actually explained the study to them and got their consent. Another thing I really appreciate about this book, you wouldn't have gleaned it from the description I just shared, but there is a parallel story arc about Paige coming to terms, coming into awareness of herself as non-binary. And so as a reader, as a librarian who is autistic and non-binary, I just feel so celebrated, acknowledged. I feel visible as a reader, being able to experience Paige's story. Here is a quote by the author that I found on Goodreads. The author, that would be Jen Wilde, said, "Like Paige, I'm autistic, queer, and non-binary, so her story is very close to my heart. I hope queer and autistic readers feel validated by this story, and I hope all readers enjoy the ride." Well, this reader very much enjoys the story, and we really need stories that, in the words of Dr. Rudine Sims Bishop, offer mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors. We need stories about people who are like ourselves, but we also need stories about people whose experiences are very different from ours. Both types of stories are essential for us to grow as individuals, as members of a community that is increasingly global. Not everyone will be like us. We need to be aware of that. We need to be compassionate. We need to accept. And stories like this help prepare us. In conclusion, I just feel so grateful that I can express my unique self so that library customers who are like me, who may be questioning where they fit, can find a possible answer and maybe even see a place for themselves by finding a book like this in their library.